the Season 1 finale of Gaming Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everyone, and welcome to the Season 1 finale of Gaming Tuesday. And if my math serves me correctly, today marks the 40th episode of Gaming Tuesday. So over these past 40 episodes, I've shared with you my favorite games for just about every single system, also games that I can't wait to play this coming fall, along with titles that I really wish I played and I hope to get back to playing at some point in time. For today's episode, I'm going to share with you guys 5 titles that I consider to be the biggest letdowns in my gaming history. Starting it off with number 5 is a title for the N64 called Hey You Pikachu. This title worked by plugging a microphone into your N64 controller and then giving voice commands to Pikachu through the controller, and the problem with this was a voice dictation was not where it should have been for a game like this. Personally, I can't remember even making it out of the first level in this game, let alone even playing it enough to enjoy it. I gave it to a couple of friends to see if it was any better for them, but nonetheless, the game didn't work. It eventually came back to my house, sat in the closet for many years, and then I finally sold it on eBay about 5 years back. Number 4 is a title that I absolutely loved all of its predecessors, and I was hoping that this game was going to be the next amazing MMORPG, but unfortunately it completely missed the mark for me on so many different levels, and I'm talking about The Elder Scrolls Online. I was a big fan of Morrowind, even bigger fan of Skyrim, and I was hoping that this game would take Skyrim to the next level, and it just missed the mark completely for me. For number 3, we have a game very similar to The Elder Scrolls Online in the sense that I loved all the previous games that came out in this series, all the previous games that this publisher made, but for me, this game was just a big flop, and I'm talking about Black Ops 3. For me, Black Ops 3 felt more like a mix between Assassin's Creed and Halo than any other previous war games that Activision, Infinity Ward, any of those people had published before. Don't get me wrong, I love Halo and I like Assassin's Creed, but this was just not the game that I was looking forward to purchasing. I was looking forward to purchasing a shooter game that was not jumping off the walls and doing backflips and sliding around, everything like that. So moving on to number 2 is another letdown, which was SimCity, and I'm not talking about the original SimCity that came out back in the 90s. I'm talking about the SimCity that came out in 2011 or 2013. I am a very, very big fan of simulation games. I love The Sims, SimCity, Zoo Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon, all of those types of games. But for SimCity, the newer version, it completely missed the mark on so many levels. The fact that you could not play online when it initially came out because all the servers did not work, and also the fact that in order to play single player, you needed to connect to online in order to play it. It just did not work whatsoever, and it was a terrible game, and since then I have never played that version of SimCity. I've always gone back and played the older versions. So finally, my number 1 biggest letdown in my gaming history is a title that I probably convinced about 20 other people to purchase, a title that I got so hyped for that I jumped on the hype train. I brought so many other people on this hype train. The advertisements leading out to this game's release were just amazing. This was viral marketing, I feel, at its best, and the game that I'm talking about is Homefront. And no, not this flop right here that happened last year or the year before. I'm talking about the original flop, the first Homefront. This game, from the day it came out, was just destined to fail. All the stuff was there for the makings of a great game, but playing online was nearly impossible. The single-player campaign was not that bad, but it was very, very short from what I can remember, and there wasn't really that many options for multiple playthroughs of it where you had different choices, or the story would have been affected depending on what choices you made. For me, I thought the coolest thing about this game was the little drones that they gave you, the little pickups that you could do on the battlefield and special operations equipment and stuff like that, but the fact that the game never worked, the game always lagged, left all of these cool things in the game to not be playable. Alright everyone, that is just my list of 5 gigantic gaming letdowns that I've experienced in my gaming history. If any of the titles that I mentioned happen to be on your list as well, let me know by commenting down below. If you have a different title that was a massive letdown, let me know what that is also by commenting down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up button. Before I close this episode out, enjoy this montage of all the best and worst clips from Gaming Tuesday's Season 1. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow for Adventure Wednesday. Peace.